Alright, Nigerians, hello Africa, hello my people, how are you? My name is Davis and this is Take It Back. And today, my beautiful, delectable sugar pepperoni, sweet Tom Mickey is not on set. And it pained me. It pained me. Well, it's just for a moment because we decided we wanted to start the show with a different way today. And guess what? We have the guy, the main man, the man where this now only him knowing age. The guy where he be say his trend is taking over the web these days. Bros, our market.
I'm fine.
Your serious face, what's happening to your serious face?
Because I'm not your mate, you cannot be talking to me.
No, that's the problem I'm going to have.
Wait.
That's the problem I'm going to have with you. How old are you? Okay.
You don't know my age, you are talking to.
How old were you? Because you look like someone who is dead and reincarnated.
My dear, let me see your parents. Or grand, I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Okay, make I switch because if you like say the English why they speak, they make it feel say me as small picking.
Okay. See the voice way the year look like person way small.
I know say the voice don't be like who small, but I know say the voice be like picking on because this voice maybe take a rub.
Show more age me.
How old are you?
Show more age me.
How old are you?
Show more age me.
How old are you?
Show more age me.
We're not gonna come up here today. How old are you?
Show more age me.
No.
Show more age me.
No.
So good man, what are you saying? What are you saying?
Okay. First of all, my people, I think I beg una. If una know how una fit take advise this guy, make una advise him because as it is, me don't dey provoke. How did you come up with this idea?
Like you all know, I'm a musician, I'm an actor, I'm a comedian, and outside I'm a movie producer. So whatever that has to do with entertainment is.
So which of these angles made you come up with show more age meaning?
The comedy part.
Okay, the comedy part.
Yeah.
So at what point did you decide you wanted to start doing this?
Because the most roles I play in movies are comedy. So when I see the opportunity of social media to spread it to the world, so I take to like, okay, I can be doing this stuff. So I've done different kind of skits. If you go to my Instagram page, scroll down, you see like I've done different style. So it's not actually accepted like that until I come with the idea of Shumaiji. And the idea of Shumaiji came up with an argument, trying to confirm what happened to one thing and all that. So I'll ask that person, like, do you know my age? And I see that.
But that actually happened for real?
No, just we're on location. So we're having discussion, like people were claiming to be 40 and 50. Why is everybody rushing their age? Why are they adding to their age?
They're adding to their age?
Yeah, so some more age to be gone. If you are saying you're 40, do you know my age? That was what.
But true, you be like Medusa. I don't know look so you. This is your baby like iron sponge.
You are disrespectful. Don't talk to a like that. Do you know
okay, Daddy Novels. As the matter is, the truth is Nigerians we pay so much attention on our ages, and the crazy bit about it is people disrespect people a lot because they tend not to even know their own self. And so I'm going to ask him a question because that video I saw you did with this lady, that was so real. It was so real that even me, I was arguing with somebody that ironic when she joke comedy is there.
That's the concept behind it. Before I do any skits, I'll call the attention of people I'll be doing it with. You have to make it look real. If you happen to slap me. If you happen to hit me. Let's make it real. Let's argument. That's just this.
Okay, let's diverge a little away from comedy and skit and what have you.
Okay.
What do you think about youth in governance?
About youth in government, it's a very deep thing that we all need to look into. It's not about giving the youth a chance to come into power. Power is a very big thing that can take over anybody. If you have been given an opportunity to take over, let me say, a company, you are coming from nowhere, you are being given that chance. The power will come into you, like the way you relate to your people, like your friend before. Like right now, the problem I'm having right now is my friends are beginning to feel unforming. Like right now, look, I'm busy now. I'm having interviews. I'm going to shows. There are the difference in talking to you when I was nobody will be different now that I'm too busy. So it's just like that. If I'm not careful, I have to be humble with a lot of people. So power is not something that you can just give to someone that cannot control you. So giving the youth the chance, it's a very good idea, and at the same time, we need to look deep into it. Like, okay, it's a good idea, but whoever want to put them, they should know how to handle it.
Thank you very much. It's nice having you on the show. But first of all, you didn't give us your full name, your address, your ATM number, and also your account number. You know, in case.
As in this will be the last time I was wondering. I am not your mate. I cannot be taking this. I am not your mate.
You can't be taking what? I don't insult you.
I'm not your mate. I'm an elderly man. You cannot be talking to me.
What is elderly about you?
You are talking to
If
me.
you senior me for face, you senior me for some places. Now face you senior me for kidney.
I need to see Adam and Eve. They put me in this trouble. They are my granddaughter and fuck. Oh my God.
Adam and Eve.
Yes.
Your grandchildren. Now you and God be mates. You are okay. Do you agree now that you and God you are mates?
I don't want to go there.
Which means you and Obatala, you and Shango.
Don't worry. I don't want to.
You and Oya.
But don't disrespect me. I don't want to go there.
Thank you very much for coming on the show today. God bless you. Alright, we're going to go on a commercial break quickly. And trust me, we're going to have a musical break. And this musical break basically is because of Take It Back. We'll be right back after this time out. I still love you, my people. My name is Davis. I'm out.
Báwo la bá ti ṣorí Dino kí o ṣe ọmọ wa ní Sowore OMOYELE bàbá show them the way Sowore for president 2019 ọmọdé tàgbà lórí kí wọ́n gbé bàbá show them the way.
So that's it.
OMOYELE Sowore na the man we sabi. No be today, he don't take 20 years leadership experience, no be small thing. On the match again, make you join me. OMOYELE Sowore say our mumu don't do. So many things we dey lack. Never know they, omo ba mi gbe na. The waka we no dey see our shadow. Corruption yakpa bawo lati ṣe na. So many things we dey lack. Never know they, omo ba mi gbe na. The waka we no dey see our shadow. Sowore for president 2019. Ọmọdé tàgbà lórí kí wọ́n gbé bàbá tested and trusted l'OMOYELE. Bàbá show them the way.
Hello, my people, we're back, and don't forget, this is still Take It Back. My name is Davis, and guess what? My baby, my sugar pepperoni, walked into the studios. Hello, baby.
Hi, Steph.
Hello, sweetie.
How are you? Hi, guys. It's lovely to be here. I'm still your favorite girl, ZENITH, and this is still your favorite show, Take It Back.
Take It Back.
No, not that. It's Back.
It's back.
Yeah.
So what happened? What happened today? You know, you always give me story for bus, story for keke, story
Today,
for Okada.
I decided no more way.
It's BRT.
It's BRT.
I thought as much.
Sometimes you have to be
You are
pushed
very
like
predictable.
And something actually happened. While we were going inside the BRT bus, there's this particular man. I don't know, I would say he's of middle age, say around 40 or thereabouts. And this man, because you know usually it's morning now, so everybody's trying to get to their workplaces. This man actually hurriedly held a card and then and entered. Only for the BRT to now stop him like, hold up. Mister, your card is empty. I'll talk to him.
How them take no say the card empty?
Because it was supposed to, I don't know, signal or tip.
Or say successful or something.
Something like that. You know.
I'm going to.
But then nothing happened.
I'm going to say something about that card issue.
Why?
I understand that. It's not
the question is, why do we always have to use Ojoro 419 in Nigeria? Why?
Is it about?
That's cheating.
It does not just happen. See, I don't like it when people play down on this country. This happens. When I was in London, this happened.
Oh, shoot.
Yes, I was in London, and you know the funny thing about Mama will be there. I don't like it.
You were in London.
The truth, when I was in London, this happened. Somebody used this card,
You, Abby?
tapped it.
Okay.
Was it in London? I think it was in Germany. Yes, Germany. It's not London.
I'm sure it wasn't Afghanistan. It was Afghanistan.
But trust me, this does not only happen in Nigeria. It can happen anywhere. I don't want people to make it look like bad things happen in Nigeria all the time. This happens anywhere in the world.
No, we are not denying that, but we are saying reformation and change actually start from individuals. So we're not even talking about countries at large. We're saying if you as a person can do what is right, pay your fare. Don't use Ogboju, don't use Fowan, don't use Cam. Then start from your family, start from your friends. That's how things, get expanded. Before you know it, the whole country is, as white and good as we want it to be. So forget Germany or Afghanistan or Russia.
All right. My gist for today is very simple. You know why I'm very particular about this psychology is because it involves a sitting senator. Senator Mr. Dino Melaye, the ankle neck man. Now, tell me why. I don't understand. I was thinking that people that they give this collar are people who have spinal cord injuries or people who have broken necks. I beg, brother Dino, you jumped down from the van.
On his own.
Did you land with your neck? Because
It's possible.
that he landed with his neck.
Yes.
Because I don't understand though,
possible.
Mr. Dino. And you know what? It was in between two people.
PDP.
And then let me get it was in between PDParians.
Yes, for the parents.
PDParians, yes.
He left APCarians
And
and went to
PDP.
PDParians.
And you know the funny thing and the excuse they were giving, they were saying that is because when David Mark was the Senate president,
Oh, no.
that something like this cannot happen to a PDP senator.
Oh, please.
But come to think of it, yes.
So, what's the difference between a PDP senator and an APC senator?
Because you already the difference between a PDP senator and an APC senator, because a PDP senator is a PDP and an APC senator is an APC. What does he want me to say?
But really, it's about time a senator is a senator. All these people coming into political power should know that it's not about their political parties. You are coming as a public servant, meaning you are coming to serve Nigerians, not to serve your political party. So please, whether it will happen in PDP regime or AMPP, I honestly don't care.
You know, concern me. Can you?
So very quickly, we have a news here. First, we'll have to convey our condolences to staff members of Punch Newspaper.
Yeah.
We heard that they lost their chairman, who died at the age of 60. May so rest in peace.
Can we just give a few minutes silence for
May so rest in peace. So we have a news here from Punch that says, I inherited insecurity, ailing economy. Buhari still insists.
Can you just tell me another news? Can you bring another news? Because this news, I've been hearing it since when he got into power.
It's an excuse.
This is no longer news.
It's an excuse. But we actually had the National Publicity Secretary of PDP, person of Mr. Kola Ologbondinyo, who actually refuted the claim and said, in contrary to what Buhari is actually saying, he inherited quite a booming economy by the time he came into power in 2015. Mine is, whether it was booming, whether it was
less booming,
the fact still remains Nigerians are not happy with the current situation of the country, and this is 3 years down the line of 4 years. And if in 3 years, there's a saying in Yoruba that I mean 4 year time, you have 3 years, you have little or nothing to show for it. What miracle do you want to perform in a year, and yet you're still saying you want to go for a second time? You don't do me anything, but very soon we are going to have youth in power.
Hopefully,
yes.
I pray so too.
And especially when our person comes into power, then you know the difference between a president and a president.
And a president.
And a president.
The reason why he's even a president because he's a press and he's a president.
Exactly.
All right, this news is coming from Vanguard and is reading insecurity. It's not Buhari's duty to maintain law and order in states. Aregbesola and Fallon, have you?
Yeah. Yes, and I'm like, hold up, nigga. Is the president. Every
they want to leave it for vigilante. They want to leave it security for vigilante.
Actually, they mentioned a section of the Constitution, section 220, which is actually right. The police force, especially.
Sorry. Oh, they are fasting though.
Thank you.
Transmission.
The police force force especially are not just under the arms of the president, but are actually under the arms of the 36 state governors that we have, which means the governors of each state actually they actually have the power to give orders to the police force. They can actually deploy police force, but they've not been using it, in all fairness and honesty.
Wait, the police force is not answerable to the state. You need to understand that. Transmission. The police force is not answerable to the state. You don't have to understand that,
Yes.
right?
But they actually can get orders from governors of states. It's constitutional.
That was why they were saying that every state should have its own police.
No. The police force everybody coming into the police force is not coming to serve his own individual state. They are for the federation itself, according to the constitution. So they are actually answerable to the governor. The governor can actually order the police force to, but they've actually not been using that power.
The governor can order the full police force, but the police force is not answerable to the state.
Yeah, if governor say go and do this, who will you
That's what I'm saying. Which means if the governor says they should do it, if the president gives an order that they should not do it.
No, the only instance is if the president should give an order refuting that which the governor gave.
It's okay. On to the next one. Punch me.
Okay, so we have one of our former president in person of Mr. Jonathan, who said that failure to develop youth promotes insecurity.
And you need to understand that this speech did not come from him.
But do you know what I honestly feel? I feel these people have the idea that youth are selling. Every Nigerian youth is wide awake. And because they know that if they are not in support of
they want to tap into the anointing.
They are doomed. It's not that their doom is not guaranteed though.
But
that their doom is more guaranteed if they are not. So now, before we had
President Buhari, he said we will reduce the age for running and we will put not young to run big.
Now, former president is saying.
You didn't hear the one Atiku said?
That is for the youth.
Atiku said it's for the youth. And meanwhile, Atiku posted a comment that said he went to watch Wakanda. That in Wakanda, that he gave kudos to Wakanda. And I was now asking, Esa, Wakanda. So you notice that it was a young man that was the king in Wakanda, exactly. And the older people were surrounding the young man. Yes. Mr. Atiku, maybe you think about the Wakanda,
Because
put the young man that surround us.
No, Mr. Atiku is still in his youth.
What are you saying?
According to him now.
Okay, according to. He's still a youth member. All right, this is coming from Vanguard, and this is saying why we are suspending our 44-day strike tomorrow. Joesu.
Yes, it's an update actually. If you've been following us, then you know that we've brought you news about Joesu, people striking. Yeah. They're saying, and then the federal government saying if they don't actually call off their strike, they're going to be sacked.
Yeah.
And now Joesu people are saying that they are law-abiding citizens.
They don't want to be sacked.
They don't want to holla. And so it will not look as if, because Nick actually came into the entire, this National Independent Court. Industrial Court rather.
Yeah, industrial.
Yes. They actually came into the matter. So Joesu people are saying that they are actually sitting their swords and allowing the federal government to do what they actually promised it was going to do. And they'll be resuming by 1st of June. So good news for the people in the hospital. We wish you well.
For the people that are sick, get ready. You're about to get well.
Exactly. So we actually have one again, which actually still from Punch. Saraki to Jega. It said, name the bribe takers. Remember that news?
I remember the news.
The former, what's it called? INEC chairman.
That's Jega.
Where he mentioned that a lot, he said a lot of these lawmakers, especially in the Senate, are known to take bribes under the auspices of they are doing something for oversight and doing and all of that. So now, Saraki, our own dear Bukola Saraki, the speaker, is saying that he felt very hot because he was actually present.
The Senate president.
He was present at the event where Atayu Jega said it. So Saraki is saying he felt hot by that statement. And if Mr. Jega is actually sure of what he's saying, then there should be no harm in naming those people so they can actually work on it. Because the statement is only saying is either all of them are corrupt or those that are not corrupt are actually encouraging those that are corrupt.
And they should pinpoint them out. They should name them.
So we are waiting for the list, Mr. Jega.
All right. Before I call the next one out, I just want you all to know that we are live on Facebook. Yeah. All you need to do is just go to Facebook and type Sowore 2019. Like, follow, share, and also comment on those pages, and guess what? We will reply ASAP. Alright, this is coming from Guardian, and guess what? Buhari has ordered me to redouble strategies to curb killings. IGP declares.
Everything now, order.
The one where you fly order make you go Benue.
Stop ordering.
Did you go?
Something.
You're busy transmitting. Okay.
Do something. Let's move on, Jerry. So we have one from Tribune that says Lagos State set for school feeding program. Well, I've actually read this news before.
I want to go back to secondary school. I need to chop Lagos State food. Come on.
This one is Tivo Laura. So the idea is that they said all secondary schools in the 36 states of the Federation should actually be fed by, not all public, all government schools should actually be fed by the state government. And Lagos is saying that it is set. Now, what I read last was they said they are actually allocating at least 70 naira per pupil.
17 naira. Wait, say Gary at
I have no idea whether it's Gala or
wait, you know why I don't have an idea? Because even your eye no dey there. The truth about the matter is 17 naira per pupil. Is it Gary
at least, though, at least, emphasis on at least, minimum for now. Because quite frankly, Lagos is big and there are a lot of pupils.
See, it's better you don't do it than do it and it becomes something bad. To me,
no, I feel, again, emphasis at least.
Okay.
I feel there's a room for improvement, but they are saying that for now, for them to be able to cater for all of them, then it has to be. It's better like that than to say 200 naira per pupil, but then they can't cater for half.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, 100 is better than none.
Actually.
Kudos, Jerry. All of the other states, he does not like.
It's not that I don't like. After all, parents, listen to your children. We are the leaders of tomorrow. Try to pay our school fees and give us sound education. Even the parents are not even listening. Files are spoiled. Alright, this is coming from Guardian and is also titled WHO tackles cholera in Adamawa, measles in Borno.
Thank you. What else organization?
Yeah.
We are really grateful. Keep tackling everything. It's important to our life. So we have one that says, today is 31st of May. And for somebody like my studio husband here, it's a World No Tobacco Day. Don't tell me you don't smoke tobacco.
Why are you telling me?
Don't tell me you don't smoke.
I don't smoke. I don't smoke.
You don't smoke?
Yes.
You don't smoke?
Wait. Don't tell me. Why will you? You didn't even say, you didn't even talk to Femi, Abi, Shege, Abi. If you look at their lips, you know those people, they are bouncing boner.
See my lip is pink. See my is pink.
Thank God for lipstick. Remove the lipstick and let us know if you are not a funnest. You are telling me, Please, what no tobacco day?
Wait, WHO is urging all countries to increase the taxes on tobacco production, and I'm in full support.
That what they should increase?
Yes. So that people like you.
Panel cigar is sold for how much? How much is it?
I have no idea. I've never smoked in my life.
Like me, I know it's not 200 now, but I think it's like 250.
You go to this Benson.
Oh, you even know Benson?
No, I research. I like to know a little bit about something.
Which other one you know apart from Benson?
Nothing. I know absolutely.
What no tobacco they please if you know
quit smoking. Stop smoking. Smoking is injurious to your health, and smokers are liable to die young.
We've been hearing that since we were kids.
We need young people in Nigeria, so don't die young. It's important. If you drink responsibly, but don't smoke. Alright,
finally we have the last news and it's coming from Guardian, and this is called The Kenyan President Vows to Recover Stolen Millions. Corruption issue again. Now the question is the problem I have with recovering funds is when they recover funds, what happens?
You don't hear about them. You know, there was a time we had whistleblower panda in Nigeria. People that made money in graves, people that had houses. Question is, where are those money? And they say we are in debt.
Not if you say where are those money, we'll be like, where are those who else?
Monies.
But I don't say the money plenty. Where are those monies?
Because we just hear of things like this in the news to make the government look like, oh yeah, you're doing something. But after that, what happens to the money? I mean, it's sad.
Very, very sad.
It's really sad.
Very, 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 very sad.
Okay.
And today we have in the studio with us today, we have a beautiful young man. I usually call young men beautiful, and the reason I call them beautiful is simply because, to me, I feel if there's anybody who is supposed to be beautiful is a man, because out of the man, the woman comment. What's that his name again?
His name is Mr. Wale.
Drum roll. Hello, Mr. Wale. What's up?
Good morning.
You look well fed.
Yeah.
It seems the recession is not telling on you. Your cheek, your jaw, your nose, your head, everywhere you're full.
You know what about consistent? I'm consistent with my garage.
Alright, I'm very sure you heard all the news headlines.
Yeah, sure.
So which of them captured your attention?
The Lagos State feeding program.
I knew it. I told you. I told you. 17 about if it doesn't work anywhere, let me feel you.
No, to me. Before now, we heard that some of the states of the federation, like 19 states, have been participating in this program before now. But what's most important to me is the 17 aspect of it. So how do we go about that one? But according to the Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, he said 17 naira per head.
Per head, yeah.
And I don't know, as a parent, let me say myself as a parent right now, is it possible for me to give my child or my son or my daughter 17 naira
for breakfast
or
lunch, or as the case
that's
is?
Possible. So I don't know how we're going to go about that. So on the long run, we need to ask them again, why does it take so long before something like this is happening in Lagos? At least we've been hearing about Osun State and other state of the federation for some time now. So I don't know, maybe Chief Press Secretary to the Governor or the Commissioner of Information can possibly feed us on that.
On the fact that why is it 17 naira?
17 naira.
Because I keep wondering,
there are so many questions that
things are so
asked.
expensive in the country right now.
Sure.
No doubt.
That I don't. The only thing you can buy with 17 naira is probably a cup of gari or probably one loaf of bread, and the bread will be very small.
Very small bread.
So what are they going to eat with the bread?
Water.
Pure
water.
Absolutely.
Well, very quickly, like you said before, we are currently live on Facebook. Just type into Red 2019. You see the ad there. Click, like, join. You see the video, join live video. Like, comment. Let us know what you think. If you're just tuning in, this is your favorite show, Take It Back. Ask us questions. Ask our guest questions. Comment. Just tell us. We're going to read it out, and you all enjoy this show.
All right. So what other news caught your attention?
Another thing I've been saying that, about the IGP and this Borno.
Yes.
So this time around, they're saying that Buhari told him to redouble his efforts.
Yes.
In securing the northeast or Borno in
To stop it, the herdsmen killing.
A few weeks back, we read in the newspaper that the Senate summoned in, the IGP. Since today, we haven't seen him at the floor of the House, nor heard why he wasn't at the Senate. So today, we heard that like we all know, he wanted to is following the directive of the president again,
exactly.
just like he did the other time when the Senate invited him to the house that he refused, and he followed the president to, I can't remember the state again now. So how are we so sure that he's going to follow the directive of the president now?
The president.
So let's look at this. For some weeks now, we haven't heard about any bomb blasts or attacks.
But recently, I think there was one that happened in Maiduguri.
So what's he doing there?
Well,
We need to ask ourselves.
that's
If he wants to redouble, or he's redoubling, it's not doing anything to me. It's just the IGP. It's just there as a figurehead. And
Redoubling means there's a double before. You want to redouble. First of all, there's no double.
Double. Where's the double?
The single people got their scanty.
Okay, so we have a comment.
Let's omit that. There's an omission in that.
We have a comment here from one of our Facebook commenters. His name is Shino Okuntade, and he says either it is at least or it is pegged at 17 naira. It's too small to start with. What can that get for a person? Even 100 naira is more to start with.
For a child.
Yes. And one Ahmed Abiola says, take it back from these analogy thinking people. Frankie says, big shout out to my president all the way from Dubai. Thank you so much, guys. Keep the comments coming. We'll be taking them as you're writing them. So those are just the two news that got your
Attention.
heart. Not
Yes.
even attention,
The food in
heart.
particular and the security of the state.
I see that you like food. It looks like you like food.
Is it
No,
with his size?
I told you earlier.
With his size.
I told you
Come
earlier.
on.
When you are consistent.
But that your gari has milk, coconut,
That's
sugar.
groundnut. Ejadidi.
Maybe I did at times.
Ah! There were
Yeah.
times in this country where every normal man, your lunch is gari and ejadidi,
With cook.
or gari and kuli kuli, or gari and granite.
Okay, we have a question here from Uglema Peter. He said, please tell me something about Aliko Dangote because it's a food.
Okay, we're not going to answer that question. I'm going to take on down from Ugaibe Peter. He said, my question is this: what will Sowore do to Aliko Dangote because the only man supplying things in the full country Nigeria as a whole?
As a whole.
Yeah, there's a typographical error, but I'm going to restructure the question. What he's trying to say is that what will he do to Aliko Dangote because he is the only man supplying things in the full country in Nigeria as a whole? I mean,
Okay,
nobody's holding anybody to
if
do supplies.
If, for instance, say you are the president, do you want to do anything with Aliko Dangote?
Are you asking me the question?
Yes.
There's something I can do with Aliko Dangote.
Why? But that one
Industrialist.
he has industrialist. He has successfully held this country.
And
Well-
let him remain the way he is.
Don't you think you can improve on it? Say work with him. I'm sure the man has like tons of farms and a lot
Make
of.
partnership. In what aspect? Agricultural.
It might not necessarily be partnership, but you are the president, meaning you are the head of state. So you can actually somehow do to that extent, maybe undo.
No, you
you
should
know.
keep on doing helping the less privileged and helping the IDP. It's good with that.
Okay, that's a good one. So thank you so much, Mr. Onifade. It was really lovely having you here.
Thank you, I really appreciate it.
And with that, we are going to show you a clip of our TakeItBack movement live in Oyo town.
Oh, Ibadan, again, sorry.
It's not Ibadan, it's Oyo town.
Oh, Ibadan is in Kwara.
so-
I think Ibadan is in Nasarawa.
This one. It's
Yeah.
Oyo town in Oyo State. It's a beautiful one. You see how massive the crowd was and how fluent our aspirants were.
And don't forget also the brown roofs of Ibadan and Oyo. We are back.
So
lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀. Àsìmọ̀dọ́ bàbá yìí o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, èmi ọmọ yìí mo lọ síwájú ilé ìwé tí ń jà fún ìlọsíwájú Nàìjíríà bí ọdún sẹ́yìn. Àmọ́ ó bá dé ojú ìdájọ́ tó ń gbà ní máa dá ìdá fún àwọn ẹlòmíràn láti máa fi owó ọlá gbà wá lójú. Ìjà láti jà abẹ́jà kí àwọn ọmọ wa wọ́n lè máa lọ sílé. Lẹ́yìn ìyá wa ẹni máa ń tún ọ̀rọ̀ mẹ́ta. Ẹni tí ẹ̀ ń ṣe àgbẹ̀ ní orílẹ̀-èdè gbogbo Nàìjíríà yìí kí ohun tí ẹ̀ ń gbé kó lè máa ṣe tà. Jẹ́rìí nílùú Ọ̀yọ́ yìí jẹ́ àwọn ará ìlú Pìdítì wà nígbà yìí Pìdítì. Olùbíjọ́ pè ní Pìdítì ní Food Basket of Nigeria tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ ní wọ́n tó ṣe kí ni kí wọ́n pa gbogbo ẹ̀ jẹ́. Àwa di ẹni tó ń tọrọ jẹ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá Yorùbá ò kì í tọrọ jẹ àmọ́ wọ́n ti sọ ilé ọlá dàhoro. Wọ́n ti bá gbogbo wọ́n ti bàjẹ́ àmọ́ kò sí ohun tó ṣe fún wa tẹ́lẹ̀ tó lè pè tó ti ṣe fún wa lẹ́yìn lọ. Nítorí ẹ̀ láti rí pé láti òní lọ àwa ò ní gba ìgbàkúgbà ayé ìmọ̀ ní orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá nílẹ̀ Ìgbò ni a ṣe káàkiri lọ́dẹ ilẹ̀ Haúsá ló gba àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ ló sọ pé àsìkò ti tó pé èyí lè ní jẹ́ ẹni abẹ̀dọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé a máa gbára wálẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ àwọn amúnilẹ́rú tí wọ́n sọ wọ́n ní ẹrú nílùú bàbá wa àti ìyá wa. Greatest Nigerian people, greatest Nigerian students, we have come today to present ourselves as the fresh face of a revolutionary change. We are here to take Nigeria back. But the question we should ask ourselves is in which direction are we taking Nigeria? And I want to quickly summarize what we plan to do for Nigeria. Starting with our students, we know how we are suffering. We know how education has become a burden. But if the future of this country is to depend on you, we must revive education and we must give education the privacy of place. The hardest thing that's happened in Nigeria and in Oyo State is the governor of Oyo State. Last year, we had to go and fight him so that he will not increase school fees. They closed down that Okeakintola University for several months. The reason is that their children don't go to school here in Nigeria. And what we have said, whatever you take to support you to finish your education, to go to a school you deserve to go, we will do it from 2019. We will not increase or impose school fees of any student in Nigeria. What the Nigerian government, under our leadership, will do will be to provide for students loans that you can access from. If you work in the public sector, you don't have to pay back the loans. But if you decide to go and work in the private sector, feed yourselves is because the government is not interested in agriculture. There are people in this room who have the ability to grow crops in over 10 acres. They have land, but they don't have the resources to do agriculture. Because government is not interested in agriculture. Government is interested in stealing in Nigeria. We will provide agricultural extension services for farmers. People will come and help you to get the seeds, very good seeds. We will give you grants to be able to cultivate land as big as you want. We will provide you with agricultural equipment that you can rent or lease. So instead of burning bushes, you have caterpillars helping you to bulldoze the land. And we provide you with modern technology. We will also provide you with processing. And most importantly, the infrastructure, so that the moment you harvest your crops, you can take them to the market, sell them, and put the money in your pocket. We have waited and wasted too much time listening to lectures from all these useless government officials that we have had over the years. We are bringing back what Awolowo used to do in his time, plus what we know how to do. And the only thing we know how to do is doing good for the people of Nigeria, particularly the people of Oyo State.
And welcome back. This is your favorite show, Take It Back, and I'm still your favorite girl, ZENITH, with my favorite girl, Davis. So we have in the house a very special guest of honor. He's a graduate of psychology from University of Lagos. He is an activist and is the former speaker of University of Lagos Student Union. Please welcome Mr. Olusegun Jawson.
Drum roll. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Nice coming on the show.
It's nice to have you here. Please introduce yourself fully, in case you don't know for introduction.
Okay, my name is Jawson Olusegun. I'm a former speaker from University of Lagos.
And what do you do currently?
I'm an activist. I'm also a citizen journalist.
You're also a citizen of Nigeria.
Also a citizen.
Yes.
So, Mr. Shegun, when did you hear about the Take It Back movement and when did you join?
About for about 2 months now.
Okay.
About 2 months. Though someone like me and some like minds who have been expecting that from a patriot like OMOYELE.
So it didn't come as a surprise when?
No, it's not just as a surprise. I'm saying that I've been anticipating for long, for someone like him, to come on board to salvage this country.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Wow.
So you've been a part of the movement just in Lagos, or you've been in and out?
Not just in Lagos, everywhere I've taken part. Southwest, southeast, south, northwest, northeast.
Okay, so what's been happening in the Take It Back section of Lagos? In the Lagos Take It Back section?
Wow, a lot. There's this magazine that says that the voice of the people is the voice of God.
Yeah.
Vox Populi, Vox Dei.
But there's a revolutionary attraction to that magazine now. It's now the voice of the youth is the voice of God. So the youth are taking back.
Which means the youth are the people.
The youth are the people. If you look at the population, you see that the youth will constitute about over 50% of the population. So it shows that come 2019, we are taking it back.
I'm taking it back.
Okay, so somebody actually asked the question before from one of our Facebook audience that he said, what will Sowore do when it comes to power with Aliko Dangote?
With Dangote, is it Sowore is an egalitarian.
What do you got?
He's an egalitarian.
Let me touch it.
And who also believe in an egalitarian society, where you don't allow a selected few, to take charge of everything, while you have the main people, the masses,
they become the minority,
being given nothing, being deprived of so many things. Someone like Sowore will not allow that, kind of monopolistic idea, giving
the economy into the hand of just one single person. It's not healthy for Nigeria as a country, because we have a lot of people out there, who have the ideas, who have the talent, who have the money also to do this thing. And the whole thing started back from during Obasanjo time. Obasanjo made a statement about a year ago that he said during his time he was able to make about 6 or 7 people become billionaires.
That's too small a number.
It was referring to Alakijan and the likes. So what happens to
the rest of Nigeria?
A population of about 180 million. You are talking about few people who are not even up to 50 or 100, making them billionaires. Then definitely the poverty we have today is deliberate from, it's being created by these people.
Exactly.
So this is what I think should not
let me quickly talk about mobilization. What are you doing about mobilization? Because I'm going to be asking this question every day to anybody who comes on this platform. Because the truth about the matter is, I feel the problem of the youth is still within the youth. So what are you doing to mobilize people for Sowore?
See, like I said, we have been doing a lot. Now, what we'll tell them is this. When it comes to election time like this, the belief is that when you tell them, okay, this person you have support, they believe you have come with, but we tell them, see, there is a paradigm shift now. We are not coming with money. You understand? We are coming to appeal to your conscience. To tell you that we don't have godfathers. That you, the people, are the godfather of this man. Now it's very simple. People ask, what are you saying? How can you say we are the godfathers? And I keep telling them that, okay, when we talk about godfathers, what is the job of a godfather? The godfather will bring out money and say, okay, take this money, buy people, buy their conscience. But the moment you start realizing that, without even giving money, you can as well do the needful. You can as well, out of, your own conscience, because of what the right person. You don't need godfather.
Exactly.
So, and there are a lot of benefits to that. So for instance, if you belong to an association, you must make commitment.
Yes.
Like then when we're in school, we have financial members of different associations, and if you are not a financial member, there's little to what you can influence in the organization or in the association. So the moment you say, okay, you don't want their money, you don't want this, you are ready to give the person that the job fits, your vote. So definitely after the whole thing, you should be able to ask questions. So everything boils down to, okay, at the end of the day, will you be given the opportunity to ask questions? That was happening in society in Nigeria today. A lot of people cannot ask questions. Why? Because they have collected, they have sold their conscience.
They have.
You cannot collect money from me and
ask
they paid for their questions.
Exactly.
You know where I got the money from?
Exactly.
It's just like these godfathers, godmothers you have today, they are businessmen and women. They sponsor elections, and at the end of the day, they have to get their profits.
Well,
double.
That's true. And because we're live on Facebook, we have quite a number of comments to read. We're going to be reading them ASAP. But just in case we don't get to your comment, please don't be angry. There's so much comment here. And this is one from Williams Enobo. It says, big shout out to the Take It Back team. I've been following the movement from the very first. And it's Sowore. Since Sowore arrived to Nigeria, I've been telling my family back at home, go get your PVC and make sure you vote for Sowore in 2019. And I've also been convincing others to do the same. This is William showing live from Monrovia, Liberia. Wow. I mean, we've even gone abroad. Like Nigerians in diaspora.
That's why there's internet. Yeah, internet is everywhere. Just wanted it's not television. Yes.
What's your stress?
We're everywhere. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Let me shine my shine.
Okay, it's your shine.
Better.
Shine your shine.
So thank you so much, Williams from Liberia. And in fact, from me to you, mwah, keep doing what you're doing. And yes, like you said, people need to get their PVC. I hope you're doing that as part of
Yes, it's part of what, because we are talking about making a revolutionary change.
It's
not by sword,
words.
it's not by guns, it's not by bullets. It's about you getting your PVC. That's the only thing we can use to confront these people.
So are there PVC centers in
Yes, it's ongoing everywhere. Last on May 29th, our people still went out, different states, different governments to tell the people that go and get your PVCs, and so we are working on that.
Okay. So there is one from T Breezy. It says, each time I see Sowore, I have this satisfaction and relief that Nigeria and its citizens are in safe hands come 2019. OMOYELE Sowore is the right president Nigeria has been praying for. Aww, that's so touching.
See, me and you will have problem on this set.
What?
Why that if you just read a man's message, you start feeling sorrowful and emotional?
Because
the first one, you didn't know it. They said, let me read a woman's own. This is coming from Canada. OMOYELE Sandra Peter. God bless you.
I'm so not
and
jealous.
protect you for this nation. Sandra, I love you.
Happy loving.
You're not even touched.
Me. Say wait. You
Sandra, I
know
still love you.
wait till Sandra talk.
Sandra, OMOYELE Sandra Peter. God bless you and protect you for the nation. I must read one that will pain you. Me, I know.
You.
Please, any woman that's watching us right now live, please tell your friends, nephew, brothers, sisters, and aunties to please go to Facebook, type Sowore 2019, and also please like, share, follow, and comment. And if possible,
What does it mean?
comment to me.
Okay, so for any man that is watching, any amiable, beautiful, fine, preparing young man that is watching,
That's my line.
tell your sons, your brothers, your nephews, your dads, even your sugar daddy if you have.
The network will break.
How far you now? Enter Sowore 2019 on Facebook. You see us live, like, comment, and you know, ZENITH is the name, just in case you want to mention my name. Oh.
Alright, very much. Let me quickly ask you about communities.
Okay.
And the question I want to ask about communities is, in your community, how are people taking this Sowore thing?
In fact, people are happy that a young man, not just a young man, a vibrant young man is coming on board. Like, everywhere we go, we show them the video clips of different album things, and people kept asking that, for how long has this person been doing this? Not up to 4 months. And people said, wow, so we still have a young, energetic Nigerians who can go out, and they are appealing to people, the need, to collect their country back, from these Buccaneers who have been power today. So, we have been getting good responses from people.
A lot of people are asking some questions, and since you are from TakeItBack team, let me quickly ask you. This is coming from Francis Utobo. New Nigeria is possible. Only TakeItBack movement can bring it to be. Watching live from United Arab Emirates. And there was a question that came in the other time. And the question is
UAE.
UAE, no.
We are seeing you.
And the question came and was asking, when is Sowore coming to Dubai?
You see, a lot of people, before Sowore came back to Nigeria, a lot of people were asking, this issue of election, is it about the people that's right now? What about the now he's in Nigeria now, a lot of people still want him to go back to. So Sowore is somebody who's not tired of going anywhere, understand? But wants to ensure that the people who are ready to engage him, understand, giving the opportunity first. Like in Nigeria now, you can see different hours meeting, different engagements. But very soon they are working. He has a schedule on how he has been going about his meetings and engagements. I'm very sure the campaign manager.
Well, another question a lot of people have been asking is if he has anybody in mind for vice president and other political posts, or if he's running solely on his own.
It's not about whether I have somebody in mind. Like I said, Sowore is somebody who believes that what this project is about Nigerians. Understand? If you think Sowore gives people a level playing ground, that when you think you are capable of doing it, come forward and let's see. So it's not the type. It's only the cabals that impose that say this person. Exactly. Like I tell people, you see, each time I think about the man Sowore, I always remember one of these immortal words of Martin Luther King, when he said, "A man has not started living until he can rise above the confines of his own comfort, through a broader confine of humanity." Left for Sowore alone is okay. Just believe that.
That's true. That's true. It's about serving.
You can't fold our hands and
It's about serving.
Degenerate.
Yeah. So Sowore is someone. I'm saying this, and I've been saying this, and I'll say it again, that if we had someone like Sowore, as president of this country,
we won't be here.
We won't say we are going to Dubai, going to.
I know, right?
Africa. People from different parts of the world
come into Nigeria. Thank you so much, Mr. Olusegun. Thank you so much. And the last question before you go. Is there any upcoming event in your community? Are there going to be town hall meetings, meet and greet, what have you? Even aside from Sowore's movement now, I'm saying like...
Or take it back.
Yes, just take it back movement.
Like we are, this afternoon, this evening, we'll be having an engagement with some people in our Song of Nigeria today.
Oh, okay.
Where we have other people moving at different places. So the
movement is ongoing every day.
Till we take it back. Come 2019, we are not stopping.
It's a busy schedule.
We are not tired.
That's beautiful.
Thank
you so much.
So,
because we didn't finish our clip on or your visit, and trust me, there's still a lot more. I'm sure if you were actually listening, you must have figured how to learn about what Sowore is all about come 2019. We'll still be showing you continuations of or your visit or your town in or your state. While we come back with another amazing guest. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Right back.
Rich people who are buying simple way is to take the money from the greedy and the thief and give it to the workers. The workers will be given the money that they used to steal. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. It's not going to cause inflation. Let me break it.
Welcome back to Take It Back. My name is Phil Davis, and guess what? We are live on Facebook. So you can please share, like, and comment. And before we go to the next agenda, I'd like to say a big shout out to some people on Facebook. This person is Okoro Peter Uwa, and he's saying, take it back, the young president of Nigeria, Sowore. I also want to acknowledge the presence of Ibinaye Anthony Miller, who is saying, I've been campaigning tirelessly online, and I will continue to. Watching live from Abu Dhabi, Peter, Anthony, I want to tell you to please keep campaigning. Whatever you want to do, please do for us. We'll be in Abu Dhabi very, very soon. And guess what? In the studios with us, we have Mr. Adeko Ibukun. And guess what? He's a traveling agent.
And,
so that let me use the word
I
traveling.
need to be on plane for Dubai, then Germany, then I don't know.
Why you've not gone to Togo? Load me.
Why are you degrading me in public?
No, are we in public?
Do you know where I've been?
Is it live? I didn't know.
Do you know where I've been to?
I didn't know it was live.
Do you know where I've been to?
And I know you've been to Nasarawa, Jigawa, Duse, Enugu, Borno, Ebonyi.
We'll finish this at home. It's nice to have
At home. That's all. We'll finish it at home.
It's nice to have
It's
you.
nice having you.
My pleasure.
So, I'm going to ask you some questions, basically. And the question I'm going to be asking you is going to be directly because you are from Ogun State.
Yes, I'm from Ogun State.
So, what's happening? First of all, what's happening in Ogun State concerning Take It Back and Sowore?
Yeah, we are already taking it back in Ogun State. We are doing the reorientation. We are raising the campaign for PVC. And we are consulting with youth organizations to raise their awareness that it is now the time for youth to be the driver of the polity.
Okay.
Because they have the energy, they have the idea, and they can actually bring a new perspective into governance, because what we've been having is not working for the Nigerian people.
It's no longer working. It's old. And like what I always like to start with, when did you join the movement?
Okay, I can say that I was at the first town hall meeting held in Lagos.
You are really passionate.
Yes.
You've been
So
You
passionate.
came all the way from Ogun State.
I came all the way from
With your own money.
Yes, with my own money. I've been doing everything with my own money.
No, I needed to be sure.
Things like this get
I needed to be sure it is because a lot of people will not want to do this.
serious passion.
Yeah.
I think at this very moment, a lot of people want to do this because they are tired of the status quo. We have a situation now that we have up to 30 million Nigerians who are either underemployed or out of job.
Yeah.
So it's a situation that provokes action. So the action that we are seeing now is just a natural thing that should be coming up from people who are responsible. If we have empowerment, if we have trainings, and we are not giving economic opportunities to actually engage our time, then what are we going to hand over to our children? These are the questions that is coming up now, and these are the reasons why young people are joining the boat to ensure that come 2019, we take it back from
exactly.
Things
So
will change.
we actually have a lot of comments and questions on Facebook, like you already said, because we're live right now. And one of the questions that came before you actually got in was, in order not to have a divided vote come 2019, what do you have to say about Sowore seeing or meeting with a number of youth persons?
Presidential aspirants.
Are you saying that we should all support them, or are you saying we should just be for Sowore, even if this person is eligible and capable of running whatever post they are?
Thank you, Zena. I will first like to say that the gesture of OMOYELE Sowore from the beginning is that he wants to work with progressive young people. So I'm sure it's open to conversation and alliance or kind of collaboration with these young people.
Yes.
But what is also important is that we must know that the young demography is up to 70% of the young people, the youth demography is up to 70% of the Nigerian population. Which means that even if we divide the vote among ourselves, they can still beat us if we are serious.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Yes.
But the truth about the matter still is, as it is, we have over 10 persons contesting for presidency that are youths.
Okay.
The likes of Eladru Tui, the likes of Mogalu, the likes of Ahmed Buhari, the likes of Sowore, and I can go countless. The truth is, I think what she's trying to say is, don't you think it would be good for E to merge with one of these persons and do something, or probably they should come to a consensus and do something together?
Certainly, that would be a fantastic idea because it increased the odds on our side to actually win
Exactly.
the election until 2019. But I am also saying that in order that people don't get up and say that they want to run for presidency, having them not having a worldview, not having a kind of vision they have for the people, a kind of society they want to see. So we know that there will be need for harmonization of this vision to ensure that there's a common place for these people to meet and to be able to work together. In a case whereby one or two individuals out of this chain of individuals we're talking about is unable to work with during the consultation, is unable to work with the resolution and is pulling out, we should not feel helpless and feel like we've lost the battle to this established politician. That's why I'm saying that the demography speaks a lot to the fact that we can't win the election. Given the fact that since 1999 now, there was no time that we have more than 35 million votes in this country.
That's
of
true.
Over 200 million people.
That's true. So we have a comment here from Nusa Michael. It says, I'm a big supporter. Please, you people should not turn into a Yoruba movement. Please. We promise you this has nothing to do with ethnicity or tribe or language. As you can see, I don't in Nigeria, I'm a Muslim, he's a Christian.
And also,
Igbo, I'm Yoruba. So
please, let's define. See, don't let me have starving issues here.
Why?
I'm just telling you.
Oh, sorry, it's Delta.
I'm from Delta State.
Is that the issue?
I think it's
He has the issue. I don't know what I'm doing with it.
I think it's important to actually explain to people that we go to everywhere we have the opportunity to meet Nigerian people. There was a time OMOYELE was at Kano, it was at Kaduna, it was at Abuja. And then in the last few weeks, you see him going through the eastern part of Nigeria too. Yeah. So the business is the business of Nigeria, and what we are trying to do is to ensure that we run a polity that works for the Nigerian people.
All right, this is coming from Obasige George.
I took that out of my mouth. It's a man. I'm supposed to read it.
Thank God. Sowore must review our diplomatic relationship with these so-called Western nations. They get a lot of money from us, a lot of oil money from us. Still, we are treated with no respect. And some African countries like South Africa. Actually, do I want to think that again? Yes, I would.
I get that.
Do you understand?
Yes, I get the question very well. The reason why we are experiencing what this commentator is talking about is because of the way the country has been projected over time. We have the economy has been run down such a way that all Nigerians are on the run. And when you're on the run, when you're desperate, there's possibility that you are seen as somebody who has tendency to commit crime.
That's true.
Yeah. And over time, this has actually rubbed off negatively on the image of Nigeria and Nigerians. And as a result of that, the reception of Nigeria and other nations is not so welcoming. And I believe that by the time we start working on our country and the living standards start going up, the economic realities are more friendly. We are going to begin to have more country to be more to relate better with the Nigerian people.
Exactly.
But when you talk about diplomatic relationship, of course we are going to have diplomatic relationship with other nations to ensure that there's capital flight into Nigeria so that we can have industrial development. But the truth is, we are also going to establish our dignity, and then we're going to have a labor system that actually protects the Nigerian people. Because the breakdown of the labor, the labor system currently, in terms of having a labor movement that ensures that the right of Nigerian workers is well protected in all those industries. Part of the things that is responsible for the emulations that we see across in companies, foreign companies.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we have one here from Davison Freedom. It says, the youth are the pillar of a nation and the youth are in support of OMOYELE. That's so beautiful.
Thank you very much.
And another from Osibemekun Oyedele Dupe that says, Take It Back 2019. Sunday says, Sowore for president, take it back. Davison still says, Sowore is a man with wisdom and vision.
Davison, you know that's my name. What do you come in here?
This one is fine month.
Davison Davis.
Thank you so much for joining us and writing the comment. Please don't just comment here. Share the video, share the word, share the spirit, share the essence of Take It Back movement. We have to do this come 2019. It's not just about we speaking. It's not just about we televising. It's actually about we getting our PVC and actually voting for who is right. So I have a question for you again.
All right.
You are basically in Ogun State, TakeItBack movement. Okay. So are there avenues for people to join? For people, our Ogun State viewers who want to join, do you have like Facebook page, WhatsApp? How can they join the movement?
Okay, we have a Telegram page that they can be part of. We have WhatsApp communities that they can be part of. So it's just for them to reach out to us and assure you that in one tap we'll be able to get linked to us.
Okay, so HRH Iken says, I would advise you to hire some professionals in your campaign strategies. They are professional advisors that could not be given publicly, but they are mixed up in campaign stages. We'll take that, and be that as it may, I think it's obvious we have to mention that trust us. Sowore is listening and writing all this down, so all comments are actually taken. So you said there are telegrams.
Yeah, we have Telegram group that they can be part of.
Okay.
We have WhatsApp groups that they can be part of.
Okay.
So it's just for them to reach out to us.
Okay. Are there any upcoming events or activities coming up in Ogun State, Strata?
Yes, certainly. By Sunday, 3rd of June, we'll be having a town hall meeting at Centenary Hall in Abeokuta opposite Ake Palace.
Centenary Hall, Abeokuta, Sunday, 3rd of June.
Sunday, wow.
So we have OMOYELE show running by Abeokuta.
So OMOYELE show will be in Abeokuta on Sunday, the 3rd of June?
Yes, at Centenary
Hall. On the 3rd
Hall.
of June at Centenary Hall. So.
Thank you so much for joining us. It was really lovely, and it was an eye opener. We hope we'll probably get to call you back. And if you do have questions, we will let you know.
All right.
So, like we said,
so I'd like to take some comments, and these guys are really on my neck. Seriously, this is coming from Precious Emmanuel, and he's saying, please let us know. Let us not take this movement to be Yoruba only. You guys should bring other people in. I am 100% for the president in waiting. Precious Emmanuel, trust me, this is not a Yoruba movement.
At all.
It is not a Yoruba movement.
Yoruba.
And and the reason I said it's not a Yoruba movement is because everybody that's participated so far has come from all the geopolitical zones in Nigeria. We've had people from Borno, we had people from Port Harcourt, we've had people from Enugu, we've had people from the west, we've had people from the south region. So basically, we tried to cut across all the geopolitical zones we have in Nigeria, and we'll try to make sure that things work in place. And trust me, it is not a Yoruba movement.
It is not.
I really wish I understand where you come from, so I'll speak a language so you know.
I actually say it's a guarantee. By the time we actually progress into the shows, you get to meet people who are, even from far east, far north. That's a promise from us to you. And
let me
we
take this
actually
one, please.
intend to keep. Okay.
Obasige George Aimewanwa. He said, is there any office of TakeItBack in Benin City, especially in Uselu?
Can you?
Yes, we have an office in Benin.
Okay.
There's an office in Benin. All right, I'm going to say this directly to Obasige George. We'll try and get back to you to tell you our office in Uselu
Exactly,
is.
the precise address.
So you can also go there and be a registered member of TakeItBack.
So because TakeItBack movement is not just about campaigning for political offices or for political posts, we have a clip here just like we did yesterday from Osun State. This is about we reaching out to people, communities, knowing what they need, what they want, and how they're faring. I'll be showing you a clip shortly, just like we did yesterday and the day before. Don't go anywhere, we'll come back to talk about it.
Call them and tell them this is the project they have in their community. They should call who is responsible to implement that project.
As you are looking at us, we are all blind.
Maybe 2017 nìyí wọn àti ìṣe wọn àti ìgbowó ẹ̀ but 2016 náà ti gbà padà ń kó ti rá.
lásán ọ̀hún ará afọ́tínbántẹ̀ ń tẹ̀lé wèrè ni ká máa hàn ní òkè náà. náà là ń tẹ̀lé ká nítorí owó tọ́ra àgọ̀ mi fún wọ́n mọ̀ tà náà ni gbogbo ṣiṣẹ́ òun kò ṣe nǹkan kan fún gbogbo tí ń sẹ́ńlógún àgbúrò kò ṣe nǹkan ẹyọ kan fún a sì ń tẹ̀lé kí nítorí owó. ẹ sì wá lójú ẹ jẹ́ àmọ́ bí a ń lọ wọ́n ń tàn á jẹ ni.
All right, thank you very much on Take It Back, and I just want to bless you all for sticking to us. I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank you all for commenting. And we're so sorry if we can't take a comment and if we can't actually reply because there are a lot of comments and only two of us there.
So many people.
But I'm going to talk about the video we just watched. Watching that video gave me an eye opener. Like you're tearing. Yeah, sorry. The truth is, a lot of these people go to communities, collect money that was meant for development. Development. And then chop them. And now these people are complaining. This video is particularly.
But 2016 náà ti gbà. Padà ń kó ti rá.
Lásìkò ọ̀hún, ará afọ́tí bá ń tẹ̀ ń tẹ̀ lè wéré ni. Kọ́ máa hàn ní òkè náà. Náà là ń tẹ̀lé ká nítorí owó tọ́ra àgọ̀ ní fún wọ́n mọ̀ tà náà ni ó gbọ́ ṣiṣẹ́ òun kò ṣe nǹkan kan fún gbogbo tí ń sẹ́ńlógún àgbúrò kò ṣe nǹkan ẹyọ kan fún a sì ń tẹ̀lé kí nítorí owó.
Hope you to vote for them or what have you. So which is why we are saying in your community, list the things that you know is affecting you. Ask questions about how you think or what exactly you think we can do about it. We'll give you responses even if you can't get there personally. The essence of this movement is to reach all around the country such that we know what is wrong with where and such. The people coming into power by His grace, will actually work towards it. And like we said, this is from Osun State. This is from Osun State.
I'm going to quickly read out some messages so they won't come and beat us in the studios. All right, this is coming from God Knows Bright. I will advise Mr. Sowore to work hard in hand with Mr. Kingsley and Fela Drotoye into order for us to not to have a divided vote, because
the only way to win
this election is for all the youth run for president to come together so we can have one vote. This is coming from Billy Asemota. Truth be said, I guess Mr. Sowore should also have a spokesperson by now to protect him from this cabals. His straight talks are really hard for the political cabals to handle, and difficult for some people out there. Well, I guess he needs to keep to the national lingual franca too.
Exactly, and this is from Prince Olamilekon. He said, we have started the Take It Back movement from Osun State here, and I'm glad to be a part of this team. Take it back.
All right, this is coming from HRH Ekens Azubik. The same questions keep coming up from your viewers, and that is why I said there should be some professional advice that could not be given publicly.
Well, that is true, and we're going to work on that. Thank you so much, Ekens. We really appreciate that you've been commenting, and we are seeing you. And thank you so much for everybody who's been a part of this show. Very quickly, like we always say, Take It Back is going to be live in Warri tomorrow.
Area! Why are you scared now?
Oh Lord.
My voice is low. If I was in Warri, this voice is whispering.
You don't have to shout.
Area! You know that. We'll be in Warri tomorrow.
We are posh like this. We do area.
You posh.
Area.
Why are you putting L after the area? You are saying aerial. It's not area.
Area.
First of all, you can't even say area.
Area.
It won't affect.
What's your stress?
Area. Correct.
Whatever. So like we always say, please, you can donate to the cause via our ZENITH bank account for Nigerians in Nigeria or our GoFundMe account for Nigerians in diaspora. Both of which you find the information being displayed right now on your screen, especially for the ZENITH bank account. So just in case you are having an issue with donating, I've seen somebody actually say he has donated his own quota, and thank you so much. I'm going to find the comments and thank you especially. Thank you so much for joining us. Like we said, any advice, any comments, just keep them coming. Even when we are not on the show again, we'll be reading them and we'll be answering to them. It's been a lovely ride with all of you, and I'm still your favorite girl, Zainab. Till I come your way tomorrow. Mwah.
All right, I'm still your favorite boy, Davis. Till I come your way tomorrow, I'm going to say what Prince Olamilekon said. I need to address this issue before I leave. And what he said is, are you guys reading out the comments from your friends? That comments of what causes bias. Not reading all. Take it back. Starts from us. I know. Mr. Prince Olamilekon, we can't read all the messages. I'm so sorry.
We don't even have friends on this page. That's me being honest. I don't know anybody personally.
Please, we'll try and select some questions and read out. I'm so sorry we can't take your message. All right, so we'll come your way back tomorrow. I'm still Davis, and this is Take It Back. And don't forget, Nigeria will still not go anywhere.
Yes, bye-bye.
So what's up?